Today, we're bringing 12 of New Mexico's most haunting legends back to life. Mysterious stories that continue to haunt the land of enchantment. Number 1. Skinwalkers. Across the wide deserts and mesas of New Mexico, stories have long been told about the Naldlushi, or Skinwalkers, among the Navajo people. These tales go back generations, warning of witches who committed terrible acts to gain dark powers. According to tradition, a skinwalker can take the form of an animal, moving with uncanny speed, its eyes glowing in the moonlight. While these stories are deeply tied to Navajo culture, they've spread far beyond, becoming one of the Southwest's most talked about legends. People traveling lonely desert highways after dark claim to have seen strange figures darting across the road on all fours. Ranchers have reported wolves or coyotes, far larger than any normal animal, keeping pace with their vehicles before vanishing into the night. Others whisper of eerie knocking on windows, or voices calling their name when no one is there. To the Navajo, speaking openly about skinwalkers is dangerous, but outsiders often share these chilling encounters in hushed tones. What makes the Skinwalker legend so gripping is its mix of cultural respect and mystery. These aren't Hollywood monsters. They come from sacred traditions and represent real fears about dark magic and those who misuse it. Many who claim to see them describe an overwhelming sense of dread, as if the night itself is watching. Whether or not you believe in shapeshifters, the legend reminds us of the deep connection between New Mexico's people and its land. In the moonlit deserts, with the wind howling through the canyons, it's easy to understand why travelers glance over their shoulders. Number 2. Dulce Underground Base. Near the quiet town of Dulce, on the New Mexico-Colorado border, Archuleta Mesa rises like any other rugged plateau. But for decades, whispers have claimed that far below its red cliffs lies something extraordinary, a massive underground facility where secret experiments take place. According to legend, this isn't just a military base. It's a place where humans and extraterrestrials once worked side by side. The story began in the late 1970s when strange lights were spotted over the mesa. Residents reported odd humming sounds, black helicopters flying low, and even cattle found mutilated in the nearby fields. Rumors grew into a full-blown legend: tunnels deep underground, alien technology, and most chilling of all, a supposed firefight between humans and otherworldly beings. While no evidence has ever surfaced, the details have captured imaginations around the world. For the people of Dulce, the legend is a mix of curiosity and unease. Some shrug it off as wild talk. Others swear something strange happens on the mesa after dark. UFO researchers visit often, hoping to catch a glimpse of glowing lights or unmarked aircraft. The story has become part of the town's identity, a symbol of New Mexico's long history with unexplained phenomena. Real or not, the Dulce base legend continues because it taps into something powerful: the fear of secrets hidden just out of reach. In a state already known for Roswell, the thought of an underground world beneath the desert adds a layer of mystery to its wide, empty spaces. Number 3. La Mala Hora. Long before highways crossed New Mexico, travelers told tales of a dark spirit on lonely roads. They called it La Mala Hora, the evil hour, and its legend has been passed down for generations. This spirit is said to appear after midnight, often on quiet desert paths or crossroads. Sometimes it looks like a shapeless black shadow. Other times, it takes the form of a veiled woman dressed in black. No matter how it appears, the result is the same. Terror and misfortune follow those who meet it. Witnesses describe an overwhelming sense of dread when La Mala Hora appears. Some claim the shadow attacks, pressing down on travelers until they can't move or breathe. Others say it simply watches from the roadside, an omen of death for those who see it. Folklore warns that not long after encountering La Mala Hora, tragedy will strike, often the loss of a loved one or a deadly accident. Stories like these have made La Mala Hora one of New Mexico's most chilling folk legends. It reflects the deep cultural roots of Hispanic and Native traditions, where spirits act as warnings and protectors, even if their methods are terrifying. Unlike playful ghosts or tall-tale monsters, this legend carries real weight. People still speak of it in hushed voices, wary of summoning its attention. Whether it's a true spirit or just a tale meant to keep travelers alert, La Mala Hora adds to the mystery of New Mexico's wide-open nights. On a moonless road, with only the stars above and the desert wind howling, you might find yourself glancing at the shadows. Some say if you see the evil hour, you'll never forget it, and you'll pray you live to tell the tale. Number 4. Tahsaia. Long before modern towns dotted New Mexico, the Zuni people told stories of Tahsaia, a terrifying giant who roamed the mountains. According to legend, Tahsaia was a massive wild creature with long hair and blood-red eyes, carrying a great stone knife. He is said to have lured hunters and travelers into his cave with promises of food, only to devour them. These tales have been passed down for centuries as warnings and lessons. The Zuni describe Tahsaia as more than just a monster. He represents the dangers of greed and carelessness. In the stories, he stalks the forests and mesas, preying on those who stray too far from camp or ignore traditional wisdom. Some legends even tell of heroic warriors and twin gods who fought the giant to protect their people. His defeat brought safety to the tribe, but the warning in the tale remains. Even today, hikers exploring New Mexico's wild highlands speak of an uneasy feeling when deep in the backcountry. The wind whistles through the canyons, and the rugged cliffs hide countless caves. It's easy to imagine a massive shadow moving among the rocks, watching from above, just like in the old stories. Whether you see Tahsaia as a mythical giant or a symbol of respect for nature, his legend endures. The Zuni have kept his tale alive for generations, and it continues to capture the imagination. In the lonely wilderness of New Mexico, it's not hard to see why some stories refuse to die. Number 5. Urraca Mesa. High in northern New Mexico rises Urraca Mesa, a flat-topped mountain that looks strikingly like a giant skull from above. To visitors of the Philmont Scout Ranch, it's known for stunning views and challenging hikes. But for centuries, it has carried a darker reputation. Native traditions tell of Urraca as a spiritual doorway, a place where the boundary between worlds is thin and restless spirits roam. Legends say a battle between good and evil once raged here. Some stories claim the mesa was a gateway to the underworld, sealed by spirits who left behind a curse. Early settlers and later scouts have added their own eerie accounts: strange lights dancing on the mesa, sudden storms, and an unsettling sense of being watched. Many believe the bridge of Urraca is guarded by spirits who make sure no evil escapes or enters. Campers have shared campfire tales of sleepless nights on the mesa. Some report hearing voices in the wind or feeling unseen hands tugging at their tents. While these stories may be told for fun, the mesa's isolated setting and skull-like shape add a sense of real mystery. Even skeptics admit there's something haunting about the place once night falls. Today, Urraca Mesa is a symbol of adventure and tradition at Philmont, but its legend lingers. Whether or not you believe in curses or gateways, the mesa invites respect. In the flicker of a campfire, under a sky of countless stars, you might just wonder what else listens in the dark. Number 6. La Llorona. One of the most famous legends in New Mexico is La Llorona, the Weeping Woman. Her story stretches across the Southwest, but along the Rio Grande, her cries are said to be heard on quiet nights. The tale tells of a beautiful woman who, in a moment of heartbreak, drowned her children in the river. Realizing what she had done, she wandered the banks wailing in grief until she too died. But her spirit, it is said, never found peace. Travelers and families near rivers tell of hearing soft sobbing or chilling screams carried on the wind. Some claim to have seen a woman in a white gown drifting along the water's edge, her face hidden beneath a veil. Folklore warns that she searches endlessly for her lost children and may mistake living children for her own, luring them toward the water. For generations, parents have told the story of La Llorona to warn children not to wander near dangerous waters at night. But the legend is more than just a cautionary tale. Her grief makes her one of the most tragic figures in folklore, a ghostly mother doomed to repeat her cries forever. Many New Mexicans, even skeptics, grow quiet when the wind howls along the riverbanks. Whether seen as a ghost or a warning born from love and fear, La Llorona's tale has lasted for centuries. On a moonlit night by the Rio Grande, with the sound of rushing water and the rustle of trees, you might swear you hear her mournful call. It's a story that chills the heart while breaking it at the same time. Number 7. The Death Waltz of Fort Union. On the vast grasslands of northeastern New Mexico, the crumbling adobe ruins of Fort Union stand as a reminder of the frontier era. Built in the mid-1800s to guard the Santa Fe Trail, it saw soldiers, settlers, and hardship on the edge of the Wild West. Among its many stories, none has endured like the legend of the Death Waltz, a tale of love and tragedy said to echo long after the fort fell silent. The story tells of a young officer deeply in love with a local girl. He planned to marry her, but his life was cut short when he was killed during an Apache raid. Grief consumed her, but time passed, and she agreed to marry another man. On the night of her wedding, music and laughter filled the fort's ballroom as guests danced under lamplight. At midnight, the doors suddenly swung open. Standing there, as witnesses later swore, was the ghost of the fallen officer. His tattered uniform clung to a decaying form, but his eyes fixed only on the bride. Without a word, he crossed the floor and took her into his arms. They spun in a dizzying waltz, faster and faster, until the music stopped. The bride collapsed, lifeless, and the ghost vanished into the night. Today, visitors to the ruins report cold winds and whispers among the adobe walls. Some claim to hear faint strains of music near the old ballroom site. Whether ghost or legend, the death waltz reminds us that some love stories don't end with death. They dance forever in the stories we tell. Number 8. Roswell UFO incident. In the summer of 1947, near the small ranching town of Roswell, an event occurred that would spark one of the world's most famous mysteries. A rancher discovered strange debris scattered across his land, thin metal sheets, sticks, and odd foil-like materials that didn't behave like anything he had seen. When the Army Air Force first announced it had recovered a flying disc, the news electrified the nation. Within 24 hours, the military changed its story, claiming the wreckage was from a weather balloon. But the quick reversal fueled rumors instead of silencing them. Over the years, witnesses came forward with wilder claims: crash sites with strange symbols, convoys moving covered debris at night, and even talk of recovered bodies. While no solid proof ever surfaced, the idea that something unearthly happened in Roswell refused to fade. The U.S. government later suggested the debris came from a secret spy balloon program called Project Mogul, but many remain unconvinced. Each July, Roswell hosts festivals celebrating its UFO lore, drawing curious visitors from around the world. Museums and tours keep the story alive, and scientists, skeptics, and believers all debate what really happened. Was it truly just a balloon, or did something more mysterious fall from the sky? Whatever the truth, the Roswell incident has become part of New Mexico's identity and one of the most enduring legends of the 20th century. It continues to haunt imaginations and spark curiosity about what lies beyond our world. Number 9. KiMo Theater's ghost. In the heart of downtown Albuquerque stands the KiMo Theater, one of the city's most unique landmarks. Built in 1927, its Pueblo Deco architecture blends native and southwestern design, making it a cultural treasure. But beneath its colorful facade and lively performances lies a bittersweet ghost story that has lingered for decades. It's the tale of a young boy named Bobby Darnell, whose tragic death left behind one of New Mexico's most famous spirits. In 1951, Bobby attended a performance at the KiMo with his family. During the show, a boiler in the basement exploded with a deafening roar, shaking the theater and killing him. The community mourned, but soon whispers began of strange happenings in the theater. Performers reported flickering lights, props falling without explanation, and the sound of soft giggles echoing through empty halls. It seemed Bobby's playful spirit never left the theater he loved so much. Over time, an unusual tradition developed. Performers began leaving donuts, candy, or small trinkets backstage as offerings to Bobby. The story spread that if the offerings weren't made, shows might be plagued with mishaps, technical glitches, missing props, or unexpected accidents on stage. Even those skeptical of ghosts often continue the tradition, just in case. The legend turned Bobby from a figure of tragedy into a beloved, mischievous presence at the KiMo. Today, the KiMo Theater remains a vibrant hub of arts and history in Albuquerque. Visitors come for its performances and its striking architecture, but many also come hoping to sense Bobby's spirit watching from the balcony. Number 10. Julia Staab of La Posada. In the heart of Santa Fe stands La Posada de Santa Fe, a luxury hotel that was once the home of Abraham and Julia Staab. Built in the late 1800s, the Staab mansion hosted elegant parties and reflected the couple's success. But behind the grand walls was a life marked by heartbreak. Julia, far from her family in Germany, faced years of loneliness and the loss of several children. Her sorrow would become the center of one of Santa Fe's most enduring ghost stories. Julia is said to have passed away in the mansion around 1896, heartbroken and withdrawn from the world. Not long after her death, whispers began of her spirit lingering in the home. Guests and staff over the decades have claimed to see a woman in a long, dark gown, gliding silently down hallways or standing by windows that look out toward the desert horizon. Her presence is described not as frightening, but deeply sad, as though she is still watching over the home she loved. There are stories of lights flickering on their own, doors opening and closing without explanation, and sudden cold spots in rooms that should be warm. Some guests report waking to find a woman standing by their bed, vanishing the moment they blink. The hotel embraces Julia's legend with respect. Knowing her story adds to the history of the place. Today, La Posada is a beloved landmark, and Julia's tale continues to be told on tours and in ghost stories across Santa Fe. Whether or not you believe in spirits, her legend endures as a reminder of love, loss, and the way some memories never let go. Number 11. El Chupacabra. Across the deserts and ranch lands of New Mexico, tales have spread of a strange creature blamed for draining the blood of livestock. Known as El Chupacabra, Spanish for goat sucker, this legend began in Puerto Rico in the 1990s, but quickly took root in the American Southwest. Ranchers reported finding goats, sheep, and chickens dead with small puncture wounds and no clear explanation. It didn't take long for stories of a mysterious predator to spread. Descriptions of the Chupacabra vary wildly. Some say it's a small reptilian creature with spines down its back. Others describe a hairless, coyote-like animal with glowing red eyes. Whatever the form, witnesses share one thing: an eerie feeling when it's near. Late-night sightings often come with tales of glowing eyes in the dark, strange tracks, and livestock found lifeless by morning. Skeptics point to wild dogs or disease, but for many ranchers, the mystery feels too strange to dismiss. The legend has become part of New Mexico's rich tapestry of folklore, mixing Hispanic and native traditions of cautionary tales about the night. Some locals even claim the creature can leap extraordinary distances or vanish before your eyes. While there's no proof that the Chupacabra exists, its legend has left a mark on rural communities, becoming a campfire story that thrills and chills. Whether it's an unknown animal, a misidentified predator, or simply a story to explain the unexplainable, El Chupacabra has found its home in New Mexico lore. Under the desert moonlight, when the coyotes howl and shadows move across the ranch, it's easy to see why people still glance over their shoulders. Number 12. Rebecca of the Lodge at Cloudcroft. High in the Sacramento Mountains of southern New Mexico sits the Lodge at Cloudcroft, a historic hotel dating back to the early 1900s. Among its many charms, pine forests, sweeping views, and rustic elegance, there is also a ghostly legend. Her name is Rebecca, and she is one of the most famous spirits in New Mexico. According to legend, Rebecca was a young red-haired chambermaid who worked at the hotel during its early years. Rebecca was said to be beautiful and kind, attracting the attention of many visitors. But her story took a dark turn. One tale claims she was murdered in a jealous rage by a lover. Another says she simply vanished one day, never to be seen alive again. Not long after, guests began reporting sightings of a striking woman with flowing red hair roaming the halls. She is often seen wearing a flowing dress and carrying the scent of roses. Her presence is more playful than frightening. Guests have told stories of faucets turning on by themselves, doors opening slightly, and even feeling a soft touch on the shoulder when no one is there. Staff members say Rebecca has been known to rearrange items in guest rooms or appear in mirrors with a gentle smile before fading away. Today, the lodge embraces Rebecca's legend. There's even a restaurant named after her, honoring the ghost who never left. Whether she is a lost soul or just a tale passed through generations, Rebecca's story adds warmth and mystery to the mountains of Cloudcroft, where the pines whisper and her spirit is said to wander still. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.